Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin and Litecoin. So those are two we're going to be going over. What I want to do is look at them on the 4-hour chart. I do a lot of trading off the 4-hour chart, so I wanted to share that with you. A lot of times we're stepping back and we're looking at the 1-day chart, but today we're going to zoom in here, look at this 4-hour chart. Right now we're breaking to the downside. We have some moving average crosses taking place to the downside over top of us right now, so things are getting a little bit ugly here, and I just wanted to bring this to you as quickly as I could. So if you get something from these videos, guys, I'll be as quick as I can. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Appreciate y'all being here with me today, and I appreciate all those people who do, the 100, 200 people who hit that like button, or the people who are commenting down there. I really appreciate you guys interacting with my channel, and I'll do the best I can to get back to you. So let's dig into this. First of all, we've been looking at this 4-hour chart here, and what we were paying attention to was to see if this was going to be some type of a bull flag where we made a nice push back up here, guys, through this green trend line. If you can see this green trend line, these are our lower highs that have been coming in right there. We have several touches on this trend line, and what we were paying attention to is see if we could get a trend line break out of here and start challenging some of these areas around 10,900, and then up here around 12,000. But right now we're actually breaking to the downside, so it's in a way just, you know, looking at almost like that BART pattern where we went up very hard, we consolidated, went down a little bit here. Now we're going to wait to see if we get another big push down, and if we do get a push down, the area I'm going to look at for support is going to be around $7,416, and that's just going to be more so on the low end, and that's where this big stick of volume came in, and we had a bullish engulfing candle on the 1-day chart. It was a really powerful candle, and we were looking to see if this was going to be some type of bottom for us. But right now we're breaking down through key areas such as the 0.618 of this move, and I want to put this Fibonacci on here for you. So if we go into our fib and we go from our swing low of this move up to our swing high, you can see we just broke down through that 0.618, and now a dump's taking place, went all the way down to that 0.786. so that's the next area I'm going to be looking at for support, and that's going to be down around that $8,022. Guys, this is how quickly these things can happen, and it all depends on the market movers. Right here we could have had a whale step in and had a beautiful bull flag where we blasted out to the upside, and we had another move that was the equivalent of this here. But that's why you always want to have a downside plan as well, because right now that volume came into the downside and we're starting to get pushed down, and what we're also having is a death cross here of our 50 moving average down through our 200 moving average right there. See that, guys? And a lot of times when that happens, you'll start to have pressure to the downside, or whether it be a golden cross to the upside, and you start to get that pressure down on us. And right now the trend is down. Even on the 4-hour here, we're below our 9 EMA, we're below our 20 EMA, we're below our 50 and our 200 EMA. So right now all the moving averages are acting as overhead resistance. The thing that I like that we have going for us here, we have this entire box. Let me show you this. So this was a lot of chop back and forth here. So you would think this area would be decent support. And I'll pull it out here, guys, for us. So we'll say basically this entire area, we bring this down a little bit, right around in there would be some type of support. And we'd look at about 7,875 all the way down to around 7,299. And we can even turn this green here for you all if that'll help. You know what? That's not working right now. I apologize, guys. I'm just going to try to turn that green for you, but you get the idea. So basically that would be a support zone that we'd look for, because we had a lot of different touches there. There's a lot of fighting back and forth and sideways. So you'd look at that area to be strong support, because we've hit it many times. You see we hit it here, here, here. All these areas we found support. We dropped back down, and then we had that big surge of volume come in. In terms of the RSI, let me clear this off here. In terms of the RSI, we are at 22 right now on the 4-hour chart, so we are getting into that oversold territory. Can we go lower? We've been as low recently as 9 on this one, so that's where we just have to pay attention, see where we're going to start finding support, and see if we can get a bullish candlestick pattern off that support. But right now, guys, just be really careful. I wouldn't, in my opinion, I wouldn't be taking out a long position right now and saying, hey, I want to try to get this with the anticipation of a move to the upside. I'd really wait to see how this shakes out and then look for a good spot for a reversal. That's just my opinion. So we're going to move on from Bitcoin. We're going to go into Litecoin on the 4-hour here. And like I said, guys, you get some from this, let me know down low. if you've been learning some stuff, I know some people have been telling me that they've been learning along with me, and I'm just thrilled to hear that. That's what I want to hear on this channel. I really want to be here, to take you through my journey of learning all this stuff. So for the people who are still here, I want to try to teach the best that I can from what I've read and my experiences. So our Litecoin alarm was triggered to the downside. Right here's the alarm. It was at 55.26, so you can see that's a key area right now. We're fighting back and forth with it, but what's happening is we're having these moving averages act as overhead resistance again. We finally got up above them here. We were trading up above this 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart. Things were looking good, moving up, and now all of a sudden we're starting to get this dump on some decent volume here. You see that? But what I like to look at is trends. I've been spending a lot of time really studying trends, and this is what I want to point out to you with Litecoin. So for Litecoin, our downtrends in yellow here, and what you can see is lower highs coming in and lower lows. And now the area that we're at here, where we're moving sideways, this is some type of consolidation pattern, or accumulation zone. Depends on which way it's going to go, but we're having that consolidation here. And this has been a longer time of consolidating than what we've had up in these little moves that we had, these reactions. So each time we'd have reactions maybe for a week or two, somewhere in that range, and then we dump down again. Over here you see it again. We had a short-term uptrend, then we dump back down again, and it just keeps happening. So this has been, now we've been moving sideways since September 24th, and now we're at the 18th of November. So we've really been just moving sideways here, and what we're waiting to see is if we're going to have finally that move to the upside where we're going to start putting in higher highs and higher lows and change the trend, or if this, guys, is just some long consolidation before we get another big dump down. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion here, since we consolidated for this long, if we do have a dump to the downside, I'd be looking at $47 as an area of support. I'd be looking down around 40 then, and then ultimately it could be down around that 22, guys, because this area we've consolidated for so long and fought with these moving averages. We definitely could have a really sharp drop down, and it would potentially look something like this here, if you can see that. And that's where we dropped from 118 all the way down to $75 in less than a week. That's how extreme these things can get. And I'm not saying that's going to happen right now. We still have to wait and see and pay attention to what takes place. But right now we're in that consolidation, and we're really waiting to see which direction we're going to break hard to, because I believe we're getting to that point. Just like over here where we started to change the trend. Do you see this? Guys, right down in here. So this was like an inverse head and shoulders, and then the trend changed with higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, and it just kept going up. And then we had the opposite on the backside here. But we're really trying to change this trend. That's the thing that's most important, is that trend change. So that's what I wanted to bring to you today, guys. I wanted to make it a quick one, but Litecoin right now, we are having that dump to the downside, and we're just going to have to see how extreme it gets and where we're going to find support. But those are my alerts and alarms: 55.26 to the downside and 65.28 to the upside. I want to be alerted as well, and that's just so we can start getting over these highs here if we do reverse this somehow. But right now, guys, the trend is down, and that's what we're dealing with. So God bless, take care. Appreciate you all being here with me today.